It's time for all your local high school football scores and highlights. It's Touchdown Friday Night with Kenny Hawkins and Jesse Kroll. Sponsored locally by Food City, HMG Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Champion Chevrolet, Subway, and the UPS Store. It's Touchdown Friday Night.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Touchdown Friday Night, the largest high school football show in Tennessee, one of the largest in Virginia. I'm Kenny Hawkins, along with my tag team partner, Jesse Kroll. Tonight, we got 16 games on tap, but before we get this train rolling, here's Jesse with the Meat Tractor Top Tackle of the Night.
And they always talk about this is a team sport. Football is always a team sport, but check out this team hit from the Greenville game right now. The Grizzlies were knocking on the door on this play, but a herd of Green Devils, as you can see here, is going to slam the door on 4th down, so turning the ball over and stopping them from scoring, so a double whammy there. Now it's Jaden Stevenson, Will Albright, and Ty Youngblood all making an impact for a hit of the night. Kenny?
All right, thanks a lot, Jesse. We begin in the Model City, where one of the oldest rivalries in the state was renewed tonight when Dobbins hosted Science Hill. With the win, the Indians would capture the region championship for the first time since 2012, while a loss would give the Toppers a share of the crown for the first time since 2014. Indians were strong early, jumping out to an early 14-3 lead in the first half. But just 5 seconds remaining before halftime, the Toppers, Chris Thomas, will not be denied as he scores from a couple of yards out to give Science Hill a 17-14 halftime lead. Then their 5-star kicker took over. Kate Hensley boots a 48-yarder that will stretch the lead 2014 in the third quarter. Then it's Hensley again, this time from 50 yards away through the driving rain. It's good again. That made it 23-14 Toppers. Indians would cut the lead to 23-17. Jaden Alderson boots a 23-yard field goal in the fourth quarter, but that would be as close as DB would get as Science Hill pulls off the upset 23-17.
Well, he's a 5-star kicker right now, or 4-star, whatever that is, but he is a tremendous young man, works hard. What a great game, what two great programs, and just anytime Science Hill, gets together with Dobbins Minute, we're going to have some fun, and what a great team that we played tonight and what Joey has done with that team, and just glad to see him doing so well, but we're glad we get this win. We really needed this to put us some momentum, and we're just so proud of our guys and so proud of the effort all the way around, and they're a tough football team, and we beat a good team tonight.
5, 4, 6. That's a lot. Hey, just give him
He's just good. You already know he's good. That's all that matters.
Science Hill wins tonight over Dobbins Minute 23-17. Morristown East beating Cott County 14-7. Let's head to Elizabethton, where the Cyclones hosted Sullivan South. That is. I said South. Julian Reed back after missing a few weeks because of injury. First quarter, Cade Maupin in 4th down, up the middle for the first down to extend the drive. Next play, Bryson Rollins to Parker Hughes. Great blocking downfield. He will race into the end zone for the score to make it 7-0. South would try to answer. Ethan Bergeron scrambles, throws downfield to a wide open Cam Necessary for the first down. This was a low-scoring game. South came out to play tonight, but they could not pull it off. Elizabethton goes on to beat Sullivan South by the final of 14-13. It was Hardin Valley over Farragut, 33-6. Let's head to the Stone Castle. Tennessee High could clinch the league title with a win over Cherokee tonight. First quarter was all about the Chiefs quarterback, Colin Trent. He missed the Crockett game because of a shoulder injury, but on 4th and goal, he uses his legs to score the game's first touchdown. Second quarter now, dominated by Tennessee High and more, specifically Cole McBrayer. He throws almost picked off by his man, Kelvin Coleman, is right there to help him out, grabs it, and will take it to the 1. Then McBrayer picks up where he left off last week, running this one in for the score. He ran that game-winning touchdown in last week to beat Crockett. Then later in the quarter, McBrayer throws this one out to Isaiah Smith on the bubble screen. Smith gets some great blocks and finds the end zone, 28-7. As we go to the board, it looks like, look at that. Tennessee High, congratulations to Mike Mays. Big win for them. Their only loss, remember they lost at the beginning of the year to Dobbins Minute. Since then, they have been on a roll. They win tonight 49-7. Cumberland Gap beating Claiborne tonight 30-14. Happy Valley hosted Trinity Christian tonight on Warrior Hill. Happy Valley went 3 and out on their first possession, but Trinity's John Colley would muff the punt. Cameron Sloan will fall on it, setting up the great field position. Sloan would be rewarded 3 plays later when Eli Ayers scrambles to his left, finds him in the end zone for the score, 7-0 Warriors. Trinity then was past trouble when their punter can't handle the snap. He finally has the fall on it again, setting up Happy Valley in the red zone. 4th down, Ayers again scrambles to his left, finds Will Tittle in the end zone for the touchdown. Extra point was blocked, giving the Warriors a 13-0 lead. We go to the board. It was another low-scoring game, but Happy Valley goes on and win over Trinity 13-6. And it was West Green over Hancock County 28-18. Jesse.
Thanks, Kenny. Now for the 49th season, the David Crockett Pioneers and Daniel Boone Trailblazers meet in the annual Musket Bowl. The Pioneers have won the Musket the last 2 years, and if they took it again last night, well, it's going to be in familiar hands because they get to keep it. Now, Daniel Boone up 14-7 at the half, looking for more in the third. Brennan Blair on the handoff. He's going to go right up the gut and make one cut, make a couple of defenders miss, and this kid is gone out running the defense. That kid's still running past it. Look at the fans in the back. That guy's cheering. He loves it. They're up 21-7 now, but Crockett answers right away. Larkin with the screen to Brendan Reed, and he will outrun the defense as well. Down the sidelines, he's going to chalk up 6 as well, making it 21-14. He's pointing to his teammates even before he crossed the goal line. He'd love to see that.
Confident.
Exactly. Now more Crockett after Reed NIT. This time he's going to take the handoff, and he's going to make it 21-20. The extra point was no good, so that would be crucial in this one. Boone would answer in the fourth. Blair again straight up the middle. And this kid cannot be handled. Looks like Kenny back in the good old days.
Like
chalking up 6 points here. Now 1.4 seconds left. We're going to go to the last play of the game. It looks like the Minneapolis Miracle, whatever you want to call it, in Philly when they won on the Patriots Super Bowl, it's no good. They're going to lock down the win. They're going to take this one 28-20 and take that Musket.
I told these guys from day one that we were going to come out here and we were going to beat the living crap out of them. And I am super proud of these guys, man. I cannot be any more proud of these guys.
But our kids played hard. It's a big win for us and our conference and our community to get us going. If we win next week, we host. If you knew that 4 weeks ago when we were 1-4, there would have been 5 people in the school up here to say we got a chance to host a playoff game. But our kids have really dialed in and played hard, and just tickled to death for our kids and our coaching staff.
Kenny, have you ever beat the crap out of something?
Yeah, that ham sandwich earlier at lunch.
Well, that was great to see right there. Great soundbite. Congrats to them on that win, 28-20, as I said before. And Cloudland with a shutout against Johnson County, 38-0. Now Greenville and Granger squaring off. The Green Devils coming off a loss to Elizabethton, but they're already up 14-0 in the first. And we saw this play as our hit of the night. Greenville's defense continued just to be stubborn in this one. A gang of tacklers denies Dawson Holt at the goal line on 4th down. And the Green Devils offense continued to make an impact. Mason Gudger busted to the outside, shaking a couple of tacklers along the way. Now it looks like he's got reservations for 6. Yeah. But the Turf Monster has other plans. The back's going to get tripped up. Yes, check this out. He falls over. Looked like it was going to be an easy 6. But just like Green Devils defense, Granger had the bend but don't break mentality. Reggie McBee stuffs the back, and even when the Green Devils turn to the air, the Grizzlies defense brings the lumber. Sam Andrews dropping the wideout. The Greenville's offense wouldn't be bottled up too much more. They're going to take this one 49-8. So a big win for them once again. Angelico is going to fall to Cosby 50-6. Now over in Irwin, Volunteer visiting Unicoi County with the Falcons up 27-13 in the third, and the Volunteers offense just kept the momentum going. Grayson Barrett swings out to Peyton Derrick, who follows his bevy of blockers, then switches it to another gear. Look at the wheels on this kid. Busted to the outside. Look at it. You can see his helmet going up and down, up and down. The kid has a pair of wheels on him. That's another 6 for them. The Unicoi has a pretty good back of their own. Kenny, you might know this guy.
Yep.
A reigning player of the week, Cody Lewis. He's going to weave through the defense. Exactly. Look at that. Finally getting taken down. Takes 3 defenders to bring him down. Now this drive would continue into the 4th, and it's the senior who finishes off his work here. He'll motor his way right up the gut for another score. But every time the Blue Devils found their answer, the Falcons always responded. Cameron Johnson plunges in from a couple yards out. Volunteer would continue to roll in this one, and they're going to hold off for the 48-28 win. Now Knox Halls is going to take down Sevier County 49-14. That's 7 down, and we still got 9 more to go. But first, here are the Dobbins Bennett cheerleaders to help take it to break. Or actually, we're going to go to break as well without the cheerleaders, unfortunately.